What's going on, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, Truth31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness in their face, neck, and chest. And bruh, I know this is not a DC video, but today is Brandon Lee's birthday, and I wanted to do a review on one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's 1994's The Crow. Now, if you don't know who Brandon Lee is, unfortunately, he passed away during the filming of this movie, and he's also the son of legendary artist Bruce Lee. So that just tells you the lineage that this guy comes from. Oh, this guy came from. And unfortunately, he passed away in this film. So if you don't know what The Crow is, it's based on a 1994, or I don't know if it's based on a 1994 book, but it was based on a graphic novel by James O'Barr. And it deals with the death of Eric Draven, played by Bruce Lee. Not Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, my God. But he looks like Bruce Lee so much. And it deals with Eric Draven and his fiancee getting murdered before the wedding, and on their wedding anniversary, he rises up from the dead and seeks retribution on all the people that took him and his girlfriend, and from that movie on, from that point on, from start to finish, it is incredible. I love this movie. First of all, this movie has one of the best '90s soundtracks of all time, and Brandon Lee, is such a shame that he passed away, because you can tell this film was going to be a launching pad for his career. After this movie, he would have just shot up to superstardom, because he is so good in this movie. You believe that this guy literally came back from the dead. That's what, even though this movie is so high concept of the idea and so abstract that a person coming back from the dead is so unrealistic, it's so unbelievable. But for some reason, the director, Alex Proyas, and Brandon Lee, both of them, they make it work, and they make it believable, and that's due to the powerful performance from Brandon Lee. This was his coming out party in this movie.
We never miss. Try hard. Try again. Victims.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie, and the fact that he gets to seek revenge and gets his revenge on most of the people that took him and his girlfriend's life. I mean, it just makes it so good. You root for this guy. Even though it's a little it's not as black and white as just getting revenge and all this stuff. There's some gray area on whether or not you want this guy to get revenge, because he's so likable, and Brandon Routh portrays the character as such a good-hearted dude. Even though he's doing all this bad shit to all these bad people, but at the same time, these people are literally the scum of the earth, and you want Brandon Routh, not Brandon Routh, imagine Brandon Routh in this movie, but you want Brandon Lee to take revenge on all these people, and the way he does it is so satisfying, because all the villains in this movie are just scumbags, and you want Brandon Lee just to take them all out, and he does in so many satisfying ways. He's basically the Punisher in this movie.
And I say I'm dead, and I move.
Now, one more step. I'm serious.
Then shoot, if you will.
And that's Ernie Hudson, and Ernie Hudson is amazing in this movie, and they have a nice back and forth, and there's some I don't want to spoil the movie, but there's some nice back and forth between the characters, and Ernie Hudson is one of the good people left in this city, because and you feel for Ernie Hudson, and you respect Ernie Hudson, and you love the character that Ernie Hudson portrays in this movie, who plays a cop in the movie. There's some history between Brandon Lee and his girlfriend that makes you believe, you understand why Ernie Hudson is on this guy's side. And like I said, this is based on a book by James O'Barr. I have the book. I haven't read it in a while though, but I love the book. The book is entirely in black and white, and it really delves into the psychosis of Eric Draven and what he goes through, and what it's like to be back from the dead, and him going on a tear, trying to find all the people that took his girlfriend. It's almost the movie definitely takes elements from the book, but obviously it's a graphic novel, and it doesn't necessarily take the whole idea and premise of the book. Obviously, the book is much better because you have more time to deal with the characters. But the film does its best, and like I said, the soundtrack in this movie is incredible, and it really honors the source material, and is incredible. And I love this book. Like the book is amazing. It's awesome, and they really do a good job in this movie. So yeah, I love this movie. It's incredible. The movie does its best to honor the source material, and in my opinion, it really does. I would suggest pick up the book as well, because it really delves deep into the psychosis of Eric Draven. It delves deeper into the lore of who this character is and the romance and all the stuff like that. It's a very dreamlike kind of book, and I think you'll really dig it if you love the movie. Now, if you love the movie, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's an A+. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite '90s movies of all time. I watch it every year, and and today would have been Brandon Lee's birthday. So R.I.P. to Brandon Lee and R.I.P. to Bruce Lee. I mean, like this movie is phenomenal. I love this movie. And if you haven't watched it, I highly suggest you watch it. Hopefully it's on Netflix, but I'm sure it's on iTunes and all this stuff. But like I said, if you like the review, make sure to click like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, truth out.